Peace, man. Welcome Black. Digital Soapbox Network, Campaign Podcast, Campaign Trail. Even though I can't talk too much more about the actual subject no more. But if you see what this subject is, um, Candace Owens, man, she been going in. I wanna hear y'all's thoughts. I can't really talk too much details about certain stuff, but I want to hear what y'all's thoughts are on Candace Owens compared to such and such. Candace Owens. I don't know if y'all watch her channel. I wasn't a fan of her, but this last few months, man, what's that's a good comparison. Candace Owens versus compared to VP Harris. They both have certain things in common, in their personal choices, but what I'm seeing Candace Owens representing how she riding, boy. Oh, y'all need to check her out, man. Check out Candace Owens. Y'all don't mind, hit the little like, thumbs up. Hey, Miss 702, I see you. Yeah, right on time. Just getting started. I'm campaigning, but I can't speak on that actual political stuff no more. So I'm speaking on something that I've been watching for the last few days, and which is Candace Owens. A lot of people say that she's a sellout and she's this and that, but if you hear the topics that she on, she going viral. She getting like million viewers, in one day. She going in. So I ain't talking about her personal marriage choices or nothing, whatever she previously said. What she on right now, and the people that she exposing or she talking about, she using her platform, boy, I gotta salute. I gotta salute. Black man for sure. Yeah, will do, God willing. Shamel Gorey, Walaikum Salam. Yeah, I need to really check out Candace Owens though. I really wasn't too familiar with whatever she used to be talking about back in the day because of her marriage choice. But your VP is also on that same type of marriage choice. So if you willing to listen to her, y'all should definitely check out Candace Owens and the stuff that she on. We ain't even talking about the presidential campaign. I'm just talking about the adversary, the op that she against right now is the one that cancel cultures all of us. All of our celebrities, all of our pro athletes, our actors, our politicians, our activists. If we say the wrong thing about a member of the wrong group, then we get forced to apologize and have to go on a whole apology tour and pay fines and lose jobs and lose sponsorships. That's who she talking about. Y'all should really check her out, man. As soon as y'all can. I would even say subscribe to her channel. I subscribe. It take a lot for me to get, subscribe to somebody. And y'all probably take a lot for y'all too, but take it from me. She over there talking that talk. She over there talking that talk. Like she got the spirit of Malcolm X and Nat Turner and Django and boy, them folks is cayenne pepper at her. And they can't trust her. They see how she way too extreme with it. She own one. She up. It's up. It's up. Man, in a real intelligent type way. And she over there going viral, exposing them small hats. like ooh wee. Yeah, I could never get away with that. But she used to work right there with him. She was over there at the Daily Wire. I think that's called the Daily Wire. Ooh with, and then she started beefing with her or fell out, got fired by Ben Shapiro and that whole little drama over there. And she couldn't really speak on it because she had signed a non-disclosure and a non-disparagement clause, but he was still talking trash. But so she left there and started her own little show, her own little YouTube channel. It ain't little. It's over 2 million viewership or 2 million subscribers, and she doing like 1 million a day, million views a day. So crazy sponsors, and she talking her talk like talking. She like little Farrakhan over there. She like little Miss Farrakhan over there. Boy, man, protect Candace Owens. Man, ain't that something? Ain't that something? Of all people, y'all have to check this out. Don't even take my word for it. And I don't see, you can't say, because I can't make no more comments or statements regarding the presidential campaign and all them characters. But if you was gonna ride, or you feel comfortable, or you was considering listening to that campaign character, you definitely need them. You may as well go on and listen to what Candace Owens is talking about. May as well listen, because she's saying all manner of revolutionary content that her whole everything is in danger. Everything is in danger over there. What she talking about? She, like I said, I need to get her like a little MGT uniform for y'all that know what that means. Olympics. What y'all think about the Olympics? Did y'all see the opening a couple of days ago, opening ceremony with some kind of little Greco-Roman Greek freak show opening or something? I don't know what. And Snoop was one of the openers. I don't know, man. What y'all think, man? If you got Megan Thee Stallion over here, you got Snoop over there. Is it the end of the world? Like the images, the people that they choose, whoever they is, that Candace Owens is over there talking about. If they choosing Megan Thee Stallion for this particular thing and Snoop for that global thing, but it's supposed to represent global sports, global, like the Roman Coliseum, like the global sports show, the Roman Games, Olympic Games. It just make all the sense in the world if you know what time it is, and you see the little symbolic Baphomet type opening show that they had out there in Paris, and then Candace Owens is over there going in, exposing the questionable identity of the President Macron over there, whether that's a he or a she, or man, she's talking that talk. She talking that talk and backing it up with receipts, backing it up with documentation. Ooh, it's ugly over there in a beautiful way. Y'all go check out Candace Owens' page. Follow her YouTube page. You won't regret it. Subscribe to Candace Owens' YouTube page. You will not regret it. It's lit. It's up over there. It's up. And that's a good balance. Like I'm saying, if you're gonna listen to VP such and such, you may as well listen to what Candace Owens is talking about. They both married to the same type of, they both then took positions that can be arguably said to be against their own. So I'm telling you, if you got any kind of revolutionariness about yourself, she going in. She over there taking up for Kyrie. She over there taking up for, Ye when he was going on his thing. She really taking up for Farrakhan. She just ain't said his name because that's too hot. But she, they already over there calling her anti everything in the book, because she's actually pulling out receipts and documentation and historians of Jewish scholars. Man, it is up over there, and that's a beautiful sign. But while we looking at the effery that's going on over here with all these mainstream politics and these wars and billions of dollars being lost and found and given away to every other country but to us. Man, and then I just got my instructions to hush up, so I can't speak no more about it. Like in the days of Malcolm X, gotta hush on up about it. So for those that already knew what my position was, that's all you're gonna be able to get out of me now. Chief McCauley, salute. 52, salute. Yeah. So everything is just looking so crazy. Everything's just looking so chaotic and lawless and spiraling into mayhem and immoralities and just dang, man. For what? For what? If y'all don't mind, could y'all hit the little thumbs up button, man? Let me try to get some more people in here before we get started talking our talk. Like I'm just gonna keep y'all company. We're keeping each other company. You know how we do it. In the words of Cube, you know how we do it. Cam and Solo, they got something. But yeah, I just been on my Candace Owens thing, man. That been keeping me entertained, literally, like, and educated and informed, because I think she young enough to be my daughter. I think she's 30 something. But man, salute. Whatever courage juice she been drinking over there, boy, somebody done got her upset. Like I said, that Ben Shapiro, that whole Daily Wire fiasco that she was going through over there, man. XX Franklin, salute. MT, salute. DeAndre, salute. C Rad Deuce, salute. Yep. I've been off the radar, just studying, doing the family thing, trying to keep these bills paid and keep my head straight. Keep our family sane. Eric Swan, salute. If y'all don't mind, man, hit the little thumbs up. Hit the little like button for me if y'all don't mind. I want to know if y'all aware of Candace Owens, and would y'all be willing to listen to her? Well, not y'all, I'm sure y'all already know what time it is, but would our people be willing to listen to her like we listen to VP Harris or whatnot? For sure, Clarissa. Rest in peace, Chino XL. Very good brother. Very good brother. Very good soul. Condolences to his family and friends, loved ones. Rest in peace, Chino XL. Salute, C Rat Deuce. Salute, man. Likewise. Glad that you're here, for real. Joe Brown. Joe Brown went in on who? On what I can't talk about. Y'all can talk about it. Y'all can, talking back and forth in the comments, but I can't talk about it. I got instructions now. So I'm a Muslim. I'm a soldier first. My commander in chief told us, make no more statements on it. We're making no more statements like that. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm telling you, if you got any kind of, open-mindedness, like you say, Miss 702, if you got any kind of respect or whatever for me, trust and believe. Watch Candace Owens. Subscribe to Candace Owens' channel. Whatever she was on, just like, these people whatever Joe Biden used to do or whatever, such and such. Oh, well, I'm triple, quadruple that motion. for Candace Owens right now, what she talking about. Ooh, she lighting it up. She lighting it up. C note, C note, salute. Man, appreciate you, appreciate you. So that's what I want. I be, we at a certain age, man. I got to hear that raw uncut. I got to hear the raw uncut. Give it to me straight. No chaser, no on the rocks, no nut, no chill, no refrigeration. Give it to me straight. And I ain't heard nobody coming close. Nobody and nowhere in the media coming close to what Candace Owens is talking about right now. And that's saying a whole lot. A whole lot. So it got me even second guessing and just rethinking about all of this. How can you really represent? Because that was a real serious question. Can you really represent for your people if you're not married to one of them? Can you really represent for your people, or how far, or how deep, or how much percentage can you really ride for your own people if you're not married to one of them? If you choose to be married to some other than them, or even the opposite, not just some other, but the very opposite, the descendants of the oppressor. So that's gonna run you into one extreme or the other. It's gonna make you extremely, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, it's gonna extremely water you down and drown out your identity, or it's gonna extremely make you see them for who they really are, and remove the fear and the fascination in your mind for them, and start being way more militant than you ever was. It's gonna do one thing or the other. You get close to them people, and to the point where you went all in, and you look like you just crossed over and sold out. That you either gonna get all the way watered down and really be that, and then they're gonna show you who who you really are and who you really ain't in the worst kind of way, or you're gonna see like, oh man, you know, I thought I was escaping that you know, by choosing a mate of something else, but our children are still going to be considered inwards and still treated like that. So if I was escaping that and I was fearing that, and just for me personally, once you have children with the other or with the opposite, then children is going to still be considered inward. So now, like it or not, you're going to have to ride for this side for your children's sake. And boy, it's like a little mama, a mama bear or a mama cub or a mama deer or whatever. Now, how she riding on this real enemy based on how they coming against her and her family and her children, which are black children still, you know. Ooh, wait, man, y'all got to check it out, man. Check out Candace Owens. I don't know her. I ain't getting paid. She ain't, supporting me or supporting nothing I do. I'm just telling you, if you want to hear some intelligent, like not some political babble. She is not politically babbling. She is not politically correct. She not being i- diplomatic. None of that. Just super intelligent, but boy, man, I don't know. I don't know. She gonna give your girl a run for her money, but she pushing hard on the Christian side. So she's saying Christ is King. So she's standing. That's the business that she's standing on too. So oh man, it's gonna be tough to beat her. It's gonna be tough for any little fake or a politician or any little fake media personality. Like she giving them the business right now. She giving them the business. The real LB. What up? What up? Salute. Trey 3 Rolls. Salute. West Coast. Ben Garcia on point. Yes, sir. In the building. Please, just check her out. You're gonna have so much games. You're gonna be so gamed up. You're gonna be so informed. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, dang, you on some straight Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, black super militant, like in an intelligent way, not like she pushing for black, but she's making so much war against the real beast. She making so much, she exposing the real enemy, the ones that cancel us. She going so hard on them, man. I ain't seen nobody come close other than, my leader. Other than my leader, I ain't, especially not no black woman, a young black woman in her 30s, early 30s or something. Oh, we tearing your girl to smithereens, tearing your girl all the way up. See, right? Yeah, definitely do that. And you're gonna see what I mean. Watch her last few videos too. Some of them got 1 million views, 800,000 or whatever in one day, and that don't mean it's right because she got a lot of views, but you just like, damn, she able to say this and go in on these small hats and these cancel culture, you know, satans, and she got that much of a following, man. So these last episodes, I just watched one before I came on here. That's what kind of inspired me to even come on here. Like, y'all gotta, don't even listen to me. Listen to me tell you to go listen to her. That's who you be checking out right now. Cause telling you. Yeah, I'm not saying marry her. I'm not saying she's the Lord. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that. You know how many whack rappers and whack rap songs I know by heart? It don't mean I love them. It don't mean I like them. It don't even mean I agree. But if I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying, then it's something. It's something to it. See, is she faking the funk? Nah, it's not. It's not nothing to fake. That's like saying is the library, or well, not the library. That's a wrong example. Is a calculator faking the funk? Is a calculator faking the funk? If you just calculating and actually presenting data, you can't fake data, right? I mean, you can try, but this is real data. This is, and she's standing on it, daring anybody, daring the mainstream media, daring the ADL, daring the Zionists, daring all of them to prove her wrong, daring them to debate, daring them. That's what she went through with what's his name that she used to work for, Ben Shapiro, calling all of them out. They turning down all the fades. I'm saying she like a little Miss Farrakhan over there. They turning her fades down. They want no parts of her. She was on with Pierce Morgan and everybody that she on that try to go against her. She tan a double scribble up, tan them up. Yep. First Ghost. Who was the first rapper from Watts? I don't know. It was a couple of groups. That's a good question. I know my homie Paul and them. Uh, I forgot the name of the group. Um, C-Rad, give us a good book to read, a book that's captivating to the mental and to the soul. It depends on what you're into. It's a lot of, it depends on what you're into. If you're into health, I would say How to Eat to Live by Elijah Muhammad. If you're into, I don't know if you're black or brown or whatever, If you're black, of course, I would say Message to the Black Man by Elijah Muhammad. Any book by Elijah Muhammad. But I'm into science books also. I'm into uh, not metaphysics books, but I'm into astral travel. I'm into remote viewing. Certain sciences like above top secret sciences of the mind, the power of the mind. You know, all kind of stuff like that. I'm into that, but I don't know no specific book other than that. And that's what even turned me on is just all Elijah Muhammad books. Any Elijah Muhammad books is going to have me lit up. And I'm a street dude, so It's not no complicated like words. It's real simple words that you can understand and you can digest. Be like, dang, blow your mind. Profound concepts with just simple words that a kindergartner can understand. So that's the best I could tell you. Wattstown Criminals, yeah, that was one, but that they wasn't called Wattstown Criminals. It was two or three of them. They was my peoples too. Sir Uncle Buckham, what you think about the big three? Is Cube tricking? Tricking like what? Big three is a great thing in my view, but I'm just not into sports and I'm not into partnering up with my oppressor. But one person's definition of success is another person's definition of selling out, right? But I don't see nothing wrong with the big three whatsoever. I think that's a great idea. I just don't agree necessarily with squadding up with my oppressor, you know. But he probably got a plan, so we'll see. South Central Cartel, yeah, they're my people. They wasn't from Watts. They wasn't representing Watts. Watts gangsters, yeah, they wasn't the first ones. They came after me. So that's my homie Dito, Dante, and Joker, and I forgot my other bro that was in it. Yeah. If y'all don't mind, man, y'all hit the little thumbs up, hit the little like. If y'all don't mind, and we can start talking that talk. So yeah, I'll just the subject that inspired me was Candace Owens, and I want y'all to really go over there and look. I would say subscribe to her. Like I said, I don't know her. I'm just not a hater, and you already know how I feel. If you don't, I'm pro blackity black, and I'm black, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm CB4 black blackity black because I'm black and I'm back. So she's married to a white man, a British white man, and got two or three children with him. So if I'm telling you subscribe to her and listen to what she's talking about right now, I'm not saying listen to everything. I'm not saying she's Jesus Christ or Mother Teresa or nothing like that, but she up. She up. She talking about the real subject. She's on they necks. She on it like she on the real enemy right now. And her life in danger, her children's in danger, like, but she's just standing on her Christian beliefs, and that's a whole different subject. If she stay on this path, she'll even come to a better realization of what that's all about and where that came from and whatnot. But you can see that she's on that path. She's on that path back home. You know what I'm saying? Back to Kansas. She been on that yellow brick road or that white brick road. She on her way back to Kansas. It's just a matter of time. She's gonna be Candace X around. Being Garcia. There's always light if we are brave enough to see. There's always hope if we only brave enough to be. Yep, that's real. Yep, and I watch Candace every day. She on point. Louise Ramirez for sure. I don't agree with everything, but she made great point. Yeah, I don't agree with everything. It's gangster. I mean, you hear that over and over, and I don't even know why we really say that. Like, we so worried about what other people think about us watching somebody or respecting somebody that we gotta say, I don't agree with everything. I, okay, we ain't got to say that. I agree with what I'm seeing right now. That's why I'm giving her props. So I'm not a hater. I'm not a whatever. Like, if I see somebody, I don't care if it's a open enemy. If you telling the truth, same with Trump and whoever. Like, of course I don't love dude, and I'm not supposed to even be speaking on that. I'm just saying, if you making points and you can prove it, and where I can prove certain things, then like they say, a broken clock. It's right twice a day. So if I'm only picking two things, then that's what it is. That's major. Jesus is the way. Ben Garcia. That's what she's saying. That's what she on. Christ is king, and that can be a religious thing, or that can be a philosophical thing. Whatever your belief system is, whatever. But or whatever motivates you or inspires you or gives you the courage to go against Goliaths like she going against, because she was all in with Goliath. She used to work for Goliath. She was a magician for Goliath. That's how you gotta understand what time it is. When Pharaoh's own magicians start waking up and turning against Pharaoh, that's all in the Bible and the Quran and all of that. So then they said, so you know you turning away before I give you permission, surely, or you going over there with that side, with the Moses and Aaron beliefs. Surely he's the chief of you who taught you this. Surely I'm gonna crucify you. You know what I'm saying? And the magicians was like, well, hopefully our Lord will have mercy on us, and surely to our Lord we return, and we hope that He forgives us for the magic that you compelled us to do on His people. But it looked like some of these magicians, boy, that used to be working for Pharaoh, they working for somebody else now. They working for God, or they on their way trying to. This is a beautiful sight to see. See, Rat, how do you feel about the police having full immunity? The police always have full. Do you know the police force was founded for slave patrol? There was no police prior to the slaves. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't together to keep law on each other. What do you mean? Police always had full immunity. What do you mean? I mean, why are we even thinking that's something different? Just like the project or something, Agenda 25 or Project 2025. Like, what's the difference? Like, why are we acting like this is something new, or this is going to be something new? Why are we believing and we bought into like something is different or changed for us if we black? I don't know. Somebody else, if you're not black, then this might be shock to you, or but for us, especially black males, the black male descendants of slaves for the last 400 some years, 470 years, this is nothing. This is nothing. That's why a lot of us can recognize the truth or the value in this guy versus this guy. This is nothing. Eric Swan, I think a lot of political YouTubers just do it for the money. Yeah, they do. I mean, they do it for the clicks and the likes. Everything is for the money. Yeah. But like I said, once you see Candace Owens, you can tell she's not doing it for the money. That's how you know somebody that's already famous, or somebody that's already paid, already rich. You have no other benefit. There's nothing to gain. There's no benefit. It's not safe for you to do that. That's how you know that they real ones. That they doing it from a real motivation. Because money ain't gonna save your life. Money is not gonna give you the testicles or the ovaries or whatever, the courage, the heart to do that kind of stuff. Money ain't gonna do it. Money's not gonna do it. It has to be bigger. It has to be deeper than that. It has to be your cubs, your children are in jeopardy. So if they're already trying to take them out. So I may as well go all out. That's a mother's love. That's something natural with black women. Even if you got a white husband, something about that black mama instinct that kick in, and I got to protect my babies. Boy, y'all might want to check out Sister Candace X over there. Sister Candace over there getting her Malcolm on. Capo Zoker, Pope Clemente, Pope Clement, and Papal Bulls. Yeah, I think actually, she riding for that. Candace Owens is riding for Catholicism, and like I said, she on her way. She'll learn what that's all about. She'll learn about Constantine and the First Council of Nicaea, and all of the Crusades and all the BS that the popes and all that was behind, and Knights Templar and the secret societies and all that. But she on the path. She doing her. I seen an episode today where she was talking about, she was going into all them words. She was saying them words like, "Ooh wee." You're probably gonna start dialing back your Christianity claiming. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna probably claim claim God or claim Christ, but you ain't about to be claiming Catholicism. You stay on that road. You're gonna have to. You can probably go to Ethiopian or original Christians or something. She'll see. She's still on that road. Keep it up, sis. Um, Ben Garcia, what have they mentioned? Dang, what's the word to describe them visiting the hood? Is it who visiting? Gentrification? Who visiting the hood? The politicians who try and reach the people by showing up and trying to talk some, but pandering. I mean, pandering, pander bears. Her video about the Olympics was on point. That Olympic show was on some BS. Yeah, I'm telling you, it was like some old Roman Greek, or I don't know, say orgy or whatever, some rainbow Last Supper. It was like some rainbow Last Supper. Like they was mocking Jesus in the Last Supper with a whole rainbow production, and they got some like white RuPaul high heel sashay down the runway thing with a big full beard and goatee on. Like, it's just preposterous. Like, wow, man, this is what they got our children watching. This is what they flooding the whole world with. It's in Paris, and all of the nations around the world is supposed to condone this and accept this and want to send their athletes to this. Like, you crazy. Third Eye TV, salute, thank you. Are you gonna do call-ins on this show? Yeah, absolutely. I just got to figure out how to do it. I don't know how to do that quite yet. But yeah, I'll do all of that. Miss 702, I'm not anti-Snoop, but sir, how old are you? Act like it. I mean, does age even got nothing to do with it? Like, my youngest son ain't even 20 yet, but he don't, you know, he act civilized. I don't think it's an age thing. I think it's a choice thing. You know how they saying a woman's right and right to choose, or like all that's just terrible. Ben Garcia, I heard that mentioned lately. Sorry for the tangent or zone out. Salute for the interesting subject. Oh man, it's all good. We just here talking. It ain't no set subject. I just had that as the Candace Owens and that cancel culture people, the apology tour people, the people that make us apologize because it's time for them to taste their own medicine. It's time for them now to have that pressure by us that they so much put on us because we wasn't organized. But now we got people like Candace Owens that was a star in their world of media and journalism and interviewing and debate and opinion. Now she against them. Ooh-wee. Same with the Tucker Carlson dude. He always was a clown, but I love to see them using their brilliance that they was using for Pharaoh. Now they're using it against Pharaoh. They're using it against their former bosses. Oh, I love that. That's I love that. Trade Three Rows. She's a good speaker. I just feel that she leans toward the white, the certain agenda more. Ain't that what VP do? Like what? Like I'm saying, that's a good comparison. I can't talk about it. I got to follow my chief's instructions, but I want y'all to compare. I want y'all to listen to Candace Owens and listen to your VP and compare which one is really, speaking for us, or which one is speaking more for us, I should say. So I'm already messing up, so let me just leave that alone. So let me just push Candace Owens. I really want y'all to compare. I'm saying this for a reason because they both got white husbands. You know what I mean? And we accuse both of them of selling out, or we don't trust them, or whatever. Based on what? Based on a track record, based on what they not speaking up for, or who they not speaking out for. Make that comparison now. Go over there and make that comparison now. Elga Villain, what do you think about Trump wanting to give cops full immunity? I just spoke on that. Cops always had full immunity. If you don't, I don't know if you're black, but the police force, period, the whole institution of the police force was established as slave catchers. Did you know that? So the purpose of the police in its inception was to catch slaves. So what do you mean? What do you mean? What did you think the police was? What did you think the police was force was established for? So that's because we don't do our history. We don't research. We don't know the origin of things. Shadow ban or Shapiro kick you off. Candace is a Catholic. Yeah, we talked about that. And like I said, she stay on that path long enough, and I don't think she'll be a Catholic too much longer. She's, in my view or opinion, from what I'm observing, because I've studied this for decades, is that's the closest thing to the root, the closest thing that she knows to the root of Christianity is the Catholic Church. So Catholicism is the mother of Christendom. So the Christian religion, because Jesus wasn't a Christian. Jesus didn't know nothing about that title, nothing about that label. They say that, some of his followers, they called them Christians at Pentecost or Antioch or something like, I forgot. But that was never the title for or the label of the true followers of Jesus. But she stay on that path long enough. Actually, the Bible say that Jesus's biggest enemies or the people that helped crucify him was the Romans, right? Didn't the Romans delete him? So how is the seat of Catholicism Rome and the Pope in Europe? Some European people when Jesus was not European, or Isa or Yeshua, or whatever name that you want to recognize him by. He was not European, and he was not from Rome. But she's still on the path long enough; she'll get there. Um, Eric Swan, 2016. In 2016, Farrakhan liked such and such more than um, liked. That's not a correct word. Um, it's for a purpose. Like if you've heard his speeches, he says that Trump has a work to do from God. It ain't about liking nobody. It's just like if the devil exists, Satan exists. Satan has a work to do from God. God made Satan. Satan didn't create himself. No other creator but the one creator. So if any evil or devil exists, that one creator created it for a purpose that we didn't understand. But now we're waking up and growing up into the understanding of God and his purpose and real his real process, his real processes. So you're looking at me right now because you're plugged into some device that has two prongs in it that you plug into a wall. One prong represents positive, one prong represents negative, right? So emotional, ignorant people call the negative devil or evil. And what do we need evil for? What do we need negative for? You know what I'm saying? But intelligent, scientific gods and angels, they know the value and the purpose of the negative force. So that's all that's about. I ain't gonna go into preaching mode but it's science. It's not feelings and it's not religion. It's about provable physics, the physics of creation. The atom represents positive and negative electrical energy forces, protons and electrons and neutrons, right? So that's all positive and negative force and friction and interaction and resistance. That's all devil and evil is. It has a work to do. It has a work to do. Um, Robert Pierce, she's been going in on the right, exactly. That's exactly my point. That's exactly my point. That's the best subject. That's the best fight. That's the best Olympics. That's the best championship. The best media entertainment warfare you're gonna find anywhere. Anywhere is what she doing right now. It's her channel. I ain't seen nothing come close, other than what what we've been on in the nation. Ain't nothing coming close. Watch Candace Owens. Subscribe to her channel. I'm not saying I don't know how long she gonna stay on this lit, right, correct war with the beast page. I don't know how long she gonna last, because they definitely want to get rid of her. So if I was y'all, I would soak up game and just subscribe. When you got some extra time, just watch her. She got way more nuts than all these dudes I know put together. She got more nuts than all these dudes, these tough guys I know put together. Alex Jones has insight on the Catholic religion. Right. Okay. Name another president or leader, claim or follower, say God sent him in your lifetime. Every president, if we believe in God and we are the descendants of the slaves of these people for the last 470 years, if there's a such thing as God, if there's a such thing as a chosen people of God, we are them. We are that chosen people of God that fulfills being enslaved in a strange land, overseas by a strange people, wicked people, and afflicted in bondage for 400 years. We are that people. So whoever is president is absolutely the first priority, top priority, on the top spotlight by whoever the God is, right? Otherwise, it ain't no God, and all of this is just make believe and every man, woman for themselves. And that's what it seems like people is believe. They giving up hope and all of that, but they don't see that we fulfilling exactly what the book say. But if you get upset, you get disappointed, you get hurt deep enough, then you just gonna just gonna throw your hands up and do whatever you want to do, and wind up in the ditch, in the bottomless pit, quicker than before. Um, there's so many different J's. They not all the same on the same page. I mean, it's not a lot different. We talking about a specific ones. We talking about the ones over there in Palestine. That's with the Zionist movement. Those actually ain't. Like the Bible says, there's those that say they are, and there's those that are really something else. So I ain't gonna blow this page up. Um, y'all can subscribe to my other page, though, my campaign trail page. I can talk over there. Let me see. If y'all don't mind, the campaign trail. Follow me over there. Follow my little YouTube page over there if y'all don't mind. I'll talk that talk. I'll get my Candace Owens type vibe on over there. Yvonne Thompson, peace. I see you. I see you. Dewanold. I respect Candace Owens. She stay on a bumper, yeah. Paris and Chuck D Alliance, salute. Yeah, man. I'm just telling you, that's what I'm feeding off of. I'm not feeding off of like no, she not telling me nothing that I don't already know, but it's refreshing to hear her have the courage to say what we've been trying to say, but saying it on that type of platform with all these tough guys and gangster rappers and revolutionaries and all of that. They ain't saying nothing. Quiet as a church mouse. They ain't saying nothing about the J words. They ain't saying nothing because they don't want their funding or their bread to dry up. They trying to get to where Candace has already been. They trying to get to where people like me have already been. And then once you get there, you realize like, oh man, the money ain't finna save me. And me having a good relationship with the beast ain't finna, that's not about to make things better for me or my family. Selling out is not a safe thing to do today. Selling your people out, taking that Judas 30 pieces of silver to turn on your people is not a good deal no more. That's, you think it is until you get there. And then you're gonna want to do what Judas did. You're gonna do what Judas did. That's why Judas is even in the book as an example. You're gonna do that because you're already doing it to a degree by selling out. You're already self-deleting yourself when you sell out, when you sell your people out. Trench baby, how you feel about Trump trying to give all the cops immunity? I mean, y'all must just not be tapping in. It's like the fourth time I just addressed that. But Trench baby, the cops was established, the police force, the institution called the police in the United States was established as to catch slaves, was a slave catcher institution. Did you know that, Trench baby? Did you know that the police was established, that whole service, so-called public service, was to serve the white public during slavery to catch the runaway slaves. So they always had immunity. That was the whole purpose. Did you know that? Trump is not doing nothing that ain't already being done. Like, you know what I'm saying? They always had immunity. What do you mean? What do you mean? And who are y'all listening to? Like, who are y'all believing that this is something new, or this is something like just because he gonna put it on paper is gonna be official? Just think about it. You got to really use your brain. This is like a lot of my Moorish brothers and sisters be like, you know, you got to have your papers and your sovereignty and know the legalese and the black law. Like, no, you don't. You know, they catch you on the side of the road in the middle of the night. I don't care what memorization of codes and sovereignty papers you try to recite. That's not going to stop their nature from doing what they did to us 400 something years ago. That's how we got here. We were sovereign. We had papers. We had all the stuff. We had our own nationality, identity, whatever. This is not the problem. The problem is this is their nature. That's how we got here. Why are you talking about you worried he's going to give the police immunity when, how did we get here? What's your last name if you black? You know what I'm saying? Just think about that. You know what I mean? Like, how y'all trying to make some new scary scenarios like Trump is going to do something that we already been dealing with for 500 years here, and like Trump started it. So I'm not here to talk about that. It's just common sense. We gotta. It's not common, obviously common sense is not common. Hope they don't do her like they did Kanye. Would not. They not. She's not letting them. She's more intelligent. Um, a journalist, a debater. You know, she's a speaker. She's a thinker. So Kyrie is a basketball. He's a basketball star. Kanye is a musician. This is what Candace Owens does. This is what she does. This is her basketball. This is her rap and her producing and her fashion. So ain't nobody touching her on this. Ain't nobody touching her on this. If she stay on that subject, if she stay holding, that little submission hold that she got, that subject, everybody tapping out. Everybody tapping out. Ain't anybody running no fade with her. I guarantee you. Right. So, but my thing is practical reality. Like, first things first, reality. Let's use real logic and real common sense. There's nothing that you can do or nothing that I can do that can change the nature of a lion or a cat or a dog or a snake. You cannot change the nature of something, right? Not on the ignorant level that we on. We don't possess the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, the influence to change the nature of an actual species of something. They close to doing it. That's why we calling ourselves rainbow, and so, they scientists. They know how to put together some pharmaceuticals or some Pfizer's or some behavioral science and and change your nature, but you ain't strong enough to change their nature. You ain't smart enough to change their nature. Nope. So talking about some 2025, what is it? Talking about police immunity. You're like, y'all falling for that? That's their destiny. Do you know what their destiny was in the first place? Do you know why God made devil in the first place? Why do we just swing on the branches and the leaves instead of going to the root? Like, go to the real story. Go to the story. Go to the people that you know are uh, historians or scientists of the story. Scientists of the story. You know. Right. So stuff is trench baby. Stuff is going to change. It's not going to change the way that we want. It's going to change, but it's not going to change the way we want. So a new life. I said this on my other post. New life for all human beings comes through bloodshed and excruciating pain. Am I lying? That's called labor and delivery. No such thing as new life of a human being coming without pain, bloodshed. You know, go to the hospital. If you never seen a child be born before, grown men be fainting and throwing up and all kind of stuff. Because if you didn't know what you was looking at, you would swear that was a horror movie, blood and screaming and pain and cussing and more screaming and yeah, but that's how new life. If we want to get to a new life, a new type of, post-racial, so-called, a post whatever, it's not going to come from voting. It's not going to come from voting. That's a complete delusion. It's going to come through bloodshed. It's going to come through the same way we had to come through to get here. In principle, blood, pain, screaming, getting forced and pushed through pelvic bones. Both parties is in excruciating pain. The mother is in excruciating pain. The child is in excruciating pain. Anybody watching is sympathetic and crying because it's so helpless looking and I don't know what to do and I can't do nothing for you. Yes. That's not what voting does. Well, our ancestors died for the right to vote. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. The right to vote. What about the right to have their own separate state and territory and separate and exodus and not have to deal with this no more? That's what they died for, the promised land. This is not the promised land when you mixing with your enemy. You believing in your enemy system. You having faith and trying to make love with your enemy instead of making war with the beast that devoured you and preyed upon you for the last 500 years. You want to vote your way out. You think that's going to work, huh? Mills Lane, why haven't we any real black leaders post Martin Luther King for our time? What do you mean? What do you think a black leader is? Somebody that's on TV? the people wasn't even with Martin Luther King when he was alive. Do you know that? People wasn't even with Malcolm X when he was alive. It wasn't until they died, then your same enemy that controls the media start pushing them in your face and hyping them up like they were some great leaders. They called them the same thing they call us today, anti such and such. So I got to understand these things. Mills Lane, what do you think of Jaguar Wright? I'm not familiar with whoever that is. Nobody knows what the masters of this world's objective is. Yes, they do. I just told you. The master of this world's objective is to take everybody down with them. The master of this world is Satan's. It's not one individual Satan. Satan is a group. And their objective is they know that they are being taken out right now. And their objective is to take as many of God's people down with them as they possibly can. And before they get taken down, they're going to use us as Duracell batteries, use us as tools and slaves, and rob us and continue to live in luxury for as long as they can, while they keep us miserable for as long as they can, because they're trying to get back. They're trying to get even with God and with us. So that's their objective in a nutshell. Robert Epps, Mills Lane, you tripping, where the hell? First goes, do you believe racism is natural? And what we feel as Black people in their love for their people versus, um, you believe, that's like saying it's speciesism. Speciesism. I wouldn't call it racism. You know, you got lions and tigers, right? They both big cats, right? They're the, you know, are they races? Is that a race? Is the cougar a different race than the mountain lion? You know, um, but they naturally only want to deal, and their nature tells them to be with each other. Anybody crosses their territory or crosses into their borders or their hunting ground or their mating spawning ground or whatever is going to be on site. So it's a territory thing, it's a boundary thing, and that's why we're supposed to have our own territory, especially if a person has been a beast to us and has been preying upon us, devouring us, afflicting us, enslaving, brutalizing, terrorizing, torturing us. Then of course we're supposed to have our own separate territory, our own boundaries, our own borders, our own. But what's wrong with us that we wanna mix with them? We don't want our own. We don't even want to press our own for our own. So they gonna go down with the ship. They're gonna go down with the Titanic. They're gonna go down with Babylon the Great. Um, Yuckmouth on his channel was pretty vocal about black on black violence. Well, that's good. You know, anybody, but it's not gonna stop if you don't teach education. Black on black, that's just emotional pride. You know what I'm saying? And we all mean well, but you have to really identify the real enemy, because it's violence time. Like, you know, according to the Bible, it say the nations are angry, wars and rumors of wars, and the nations, everybody is angry. Everybody knows that it's wartime. Everybody is 100% dissatisfied, fed up. So we know we're supposed to be fighting somebody. We just don't know who we're supposed to be fighting. So somebody that's wiser than us, behavioral scientists that control resources, control money and information and influence, they can remotely control us and have us fighting each other. We know we're supposed to be fighting. It's wartime. But they doing everything they can to keep us distracted from uniting and focusing on them as the one we should really be fighting. So that's why they do these rallies and get your favorite rappers and favorite actresses and singers and all of that to be the magicians to lull you back to sleep or lull you back into the wrong direction. Instead of focus, you was getting together, focusing on the real enemy, and then the real enemy would take your favorite celebrity and throw a lot of money and a lot of fame and a lot of whatever, dancing and stripping and drug and smoke and party and all that, and throw it in your face. Do some new, hurry up and do a new album, hurry up and do some new movies, hurry up and do some new concerts, and hurry up and do a campaign appearance or something like that. And next thing you know, you off over there starting to believe in America again. You start to believe, well, maybe there is hope. Well, maybe I'm gonna vote this one time, or maybe, yeah, how many times we've been doing that? How old are you? However old you are, your people been doing that and ain't got nothing from it. But it's gonna be different now, right? It's different now. This is the one time it's gonna work. Yeah. So we need to do what we never done, and that's why I keep on pushing what Candace Owens is talking about, and what I keep pushing is Israel, the state of Israel. You got to respect the state of Israel. You got to respect those Jewish Ashkenazis that got together and saw their common ground as victims of a specific people and got together and always talking about never again, and everybody is Hitler. Everybody reminds you of Hitler, or you anti this or you anti that. And any trolls in the comments would never say to them, that was a long time ago, just let it go. Why y'all always complaining? Why y'all always crying? Because you're not going to say that, because they got so organized in that they got control of your job. They got control of your money. They got control of your media or your fame. You would say that to me, or you would say that to somebody, somebody that look like you. But you're not going to fix your mouth to say that, because they so organized. They got control of the algorithm. As soon as you say the J word, or as soon as you say something like that, they're going to make sure you don't eat. They're going to make sure you don't have a job. They're going to make sure you're canceled. So what's wrong with us? What's wrong with our brain? What's wrong with our voice? What's wrong with our testicles? Why we can't do exactly the same thing? It don't take everybody don't have to be with it. I don't want everybody to, I just want them few, just like Harry S. Truman. He started out with just 100,000 first year, within 1 year. 100,000. It's 10 million now in Israel, but it started out just as 100,000. It's 50 million black people. They might don't agree with me. Okay, well, I bet you it's 144,000 like the Bibles. I bet you it's a little over 100,000 that agree. That's all we need. Rest of the 50, 40 something million, y'all can keep doing what y'all doing. Party hardy. You know what I'm saying? Drink that American dream Kool-Aid. Drink that Fauci juice. All we need is a few good men and a few good women. America was just started with a few pilgrims, right? A few dregs from society, dregs from England that they kicked out. Now it's 130 something million, greatest nation on the planet within the last 6,000 years. They started out as just a handful of people that barely lived past the first winter. If the native indigenous Indians, so-called Indians, didn't save their life. But now look at America. So y'all act like y'all can't do that. Y'all act like we can't do that. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? You crazy, or you bitter, or let it go. I mean, get over the past, or you still stuck on this and stuck on that. And boy, all right, well, enjoy. Eat, drink, and marry, and be merry. hmm So our job is not to force. My duty is not to come on here and force or convince nobody to do nothing. My duty is to get on here and deliver as clear of a message that even a child, a baby, can understand. And whatever you do or whatever our people do with that message, that's your business. That's between God and you, or whoever you believe in. But you won't be able to say you didn't hear it. Won't be able to say you didn't understand it. Won't be able to say you wasn't warned, or you wasn't informed. You won't be able to say you didn't know where to go, or what type of group or what people was already doing this that you could have squatted up with. You won't be able to say none of that. And according to the stories and the morals and the lessons behind these stories, like Bible stories like Noah's Ark, or the five foolish virgins and the five wise, is that they wasted time. They procrastinated, and once they finally felt like they was ready to get on the ark, or they was ready to go to the banquet, we ain't on your time. The Lord's and the bridegroom and the God and the flood ain't on your time. We on their time. We on his time. He's not on our time. That's why these messengers and these warners is out here. We on time. Whatever you do with the message, whether it's late or on time, that's on y'all. That's on you. I know at least 140 in this chat, right? Where did all the blood of the slaves go to us? We are the extended versions of them. All the blood of the slaves. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So this is the subject. There's no hotter topic. There's no more relevant topic than the black slaves and the so-called red indigenous or brown indigenous people of America. This is the story. That this whole story is everything on the planet is revolving around this topic. What was done to the black and the so-called red and the so-called brown here in North America. Those are the chosen people of God. Like it or not, you don't have to believe it. It's not just the black slave, Negroid African slaves. It's the indigenous, straight haired, thin nosed, thin lipped, so called Indians that was here, so called Moors that was here that got conquered by the conquistadors, the Spaniards, which is straight European, Caucasian Europeans that speak Spanish, came over here and did to them the same thing that the European English did to the Africans of us. That's why we speak English and they speak Spanish. We identify with white English people, they identify with white Spanish. But once we wake up, then we see that we got bit by the same snake. So we don't have to see each other and ourselves as enemies. We can see the real enemy as the real enemy. It don't mean that you're gonna do nothing physical against them to harm them, but you're not gonna allow them to do the same physical harm and other kind of harm to you and to us like we used to. So we ain't worried like when somebody's telling you some horror story about immunity. Trump wants immunity for the police. The very definition of the police is already immunity. What are you talking about? JP, thank you. Breaking down dialectical contradictions in simple terms. Appreciate the message. Manganese and the East Side Story. Man, salute, JP. Appreciate you. Yeah, I just want to eliminate the fairy tale, the false horror movies, and the false emotionalism that they putting behind these concepts. I can't speak on certain things because I'm under instructions now, so I can't speak on those characters on this campaign type of political. I speak on my campaign trail, but just trying to emotionalize you, trying to emotionally move you with negative emotion and false hope emotion. False hope emotion and negative fear emotion. Fear. Projects 2025, fear. Police immunity, fear. Sister that just got deleted, fear. Pain, fear, outrage, grief. Who do you think is behind that? Do you think that it's possible that the people that own and control the media, that certain people say is fake news, is it possible that they're intentionally trying to stir up racial tensions like this? I mean, this ain't nothing new. If you gotta struggle to find just one incident of crooked or whatever police or that deletes an innocent black person, do you know how often that happens? It's just somebody decided to take that, social media, of course, but then social media, mainstream media takes their cues from black social media. So they got behavioral scientists and people that study black Twitter, black Instagram, black Facebook, black TikTok, and whatever they see a subject or a headline or whatever that they know that they can use to stir up black people, best believe they own it. They the ones that's funding and fueling and using it as they talking points and using it for their candidates to talk on and all that. You know how many of those go on every day? It's really kind of insulting to the other 300 of that or more probably that got did the same way that same day, that you're going to just pick that sister. God be pleased with her and bless her soul and bless her family, but what about the other 2 or 300 You know what I'm saying? Why are they using that all of a sudden? Why are these people's talking points acting like now the biggest threat is the white supremacy? You never heard that. You never heard that on no mainstream news media, CNN, like they concerned like that's the big threat now is white supremacy, as though, you know, the owners or whatever, the people that call themselves, Zionists or newish, as though they're not white, as though they're not white. They're converts. The original Hebrews are black. The converts to the faith of Judaism are Europeans, not indigenous. You're not indigenous to the Middle East. You're not indigenous, especially to Palestine. You're not indigenous. So for Harry Truman to only take him 1 year to start migrating the first 100,000 of non-indigenous Europeans to that place now called Israel, which is Palestine, that's something you need to ask why they're not doing that for you. They can do it. They was well able to do it and keep it up for the last 76 years. Why are you not making that the number one case for whether you gonna vote or not? No, we just wanna y'all about to get me to talk about it. I gotta hush up. Let me stay on my instructions, on my discipline. Laminial young, but OG Cam, they identify with their Spaniard oppressors. That's why they team up with the white. We identify with our English oppressors. What do you mean? We do us way worse than we claim they do us. Am I lying? Black on black, blood, crib, gangster, disciple, GD, BD, whatever we are. Abortion, black woman abortion, peas and peas they don't want us pushing or whatever, pushing the wrong peas. 500,000 per year. 500,000, 500,000 black women alone. This is not counting no other race or ethnic group or nothing. Black women of America alone. 500,000 deletions of innocent, holy offspring in their womb alone. Please don't fix your mouth to talk about our Mexican brothers or how they whatever and oppressors and they identify with their enemies when the most dangerous killing fields in history is our own sisters' wombs that they choose and they're getting encouraged to choose and to support the idea of having the right to delete 500,000 innocent descendants of God's chosen people per year. And it's not due to SA, RAPE, or incest or health risk to the mother or to the child. All three of them things combined make up less than 1% of the total abortions out of them 500,000 per year abortions that black women alone get. Less than 1% is because of RAPE, incest, or health risk. So all of the rest of the 99 point something percent is just convenience. It's just irresponsible convenience. My body, my choice. A woman's right to choose. To choose what? That just call it what it really is, because if you get pregnant, naturally you're going to have the baby if you don't interfere. So you mean the right to delete an innocent child? Say what it really is. Don't say Planned Parenthood or family planning or something planning. No, it's the right to delete a living soul, a chosen people, God's chosen people. He chose to let it, be conceived and to get here. You chose to interfere to get rid of it. So that's a God issue. Can't be crying about what somebody else is doing to us when we doing the worst, right? So ain't nobody doing us worse than us. Ain't nobody. Probably Fauci and them on that level, like the Bill Gates and that huge Fauci juice and pharmaceutical, GMO level. Them the only one. That's the only one outranking our sisters right now. That's sad, but it's true, right? Tell me I'm lying. Somebody prove me wrong. First goes Cam. Do you think they have a slow such and such algorithm on our people? Um, I don't know really what you mean by that. Women get it, man. Have no say. Women get it, man. Have no say. Um, computer blue. Oprah pushed that beloved mentality using psychological warfare messaging. Yeah, I mean they've been doing it. They've been doing it. They the ones that caused the shortage of black men. So it's not enough black men to go around. So now our women outnumber us by 2 million. And then out of that selection of less than 2 million less black males, our quality is so terrible because of the poor education or the trauma that we've been raised by, or the emotionalism being raised by a single black mother. So we emotional, we don't know, we never had a real strong manhood example. And now they changing the laws that a man can't even discipline his own household. He can't discipline his own child, but the police can. Talking about the immunity, the police always had that. The police was always walking around with a nightstick and a taser and a gun and pepper spray and handcuffs and a pack, like a pack of dogs. But you can't discipline your own son. You can't discipline your own daughter, but your daughter can definitely call the police on you, and they're gonna come put hands on everybody. They're gonna put hands, sticks, bullets, they're gonna put everything on everybody. But you as a black man, you don't got the right. You don't have no natural rights as a black man. You don't have no natural authority. They authority. They're gonna call the authorities. The authorities? Who the authorities? Then I'm the authority. I'm the man in this house. What do you mean call the authorities? I'm the authority. Or you the authority. That's toxic. Or you controlling and you possess it. Like, oh my God. All right, well, good luck out there, singles. Good luck out there, all y'all singles. Y'all falling for that. I'm definitely the authority in my house. I'm definitely the judge, jury, and sentencer in my house. Why would you look at somebody else as above your own man? Well, because he don't got no money. Oh, okay, well, if that's what you judging by, somebody out there that standards is low enough to value him more than you do. That's why we taught marry who you can afford. Marry who you can afford. Is some females or whatever that they're not tripping like that. Just like our brown brothers and sisters from Mexico or whatever, they be on the corner pushing oranges or carts or street food or whatever. Their husband probably making $2 or $3 or whatever, but they down right there cooking. They staying down with their man. They ain't like you got to make 500,000 a year and all that. No, they loving is just as good. That whatever box is just as wet. Whatever pleasure that they're getting from that sister, the Mexican sister that's staying down with him on the corner pushing that street food, that's heaven for him. He's straight. He getting his battery charged, getting inspiration, muse or whatever to squad up. They might have 3 or 4 families in one house, but they're gonna go push that line because they woman is staying down with them from the poor, from the poverty level. But our women too bossy. You got to make this, and I don't struggle love. I don't do struggle love, and he got to be my equal. And I make this. I got my education. Lonely and miserable as hell. lonely as F, miserable as hell. All that accolades, all that education, all that power, political power don't mean a damn thing. When at the end of the day, with that cold ass bed and them lights go off, it's old, it's long, boy. It's that night is long. You like, I'm gonna wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go to work. Let me go to the office, or yeah, I can't take it. Because you made for a man. You're not made for none of that. You made for a man. And you need a man that had a heart to tell you that. Instead of these little emotional punks that we done raised, single mothers done raised. Emotional, so you're gonna defend your mama. I mean, you hurt my mama feelings, and you the woman's like, all right, man, you clearly wasn't raised with a father, with a strong black father. So, but if we don't see a lion, we don't know how to be one. If we don't know what a real man look like, then we don't know how to be one. We don't know what we ain't supposed to go for. So now our women emotions are ruling us, like the Bible say. Children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Women rule them with their emotions and with their box. So we slaves to the box. We slaves to emotions and box. some man need to hear this. Some brother need to hear this, and women need to hear it. Yeah, because a lot of women, if you ain't strong enough to stand up and put the law on them, they ain't gonna make you. They like, they'll stay with you, but they like, this dude weak. You know what I'm saying? But he better than nothing, but he weak. I ain't saying be abusive. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying be a man. Learn what your manhood role is. You the lawman, not the abuser. You're the lawman. And a lot of people that's lawless is going to accuse lawmen of being abusers because you can't have your way with them. Call me whatever you want. But, it's my way or the highway. Tell them, brother, it's your way or the doorway. It's your way or the doorway. That's too toxic. Is that too toxic? Well, she called me Toxic Avenger then. She called me Toxic Avenger. um, yeah, we about the science of cause and effect. So we don't just focus on the effect. We don't focus on the symptom. We don't focus on the product. We focus on what caused it. What caused it? If we dissatisfied with the present condition of our males and females, what produced them? Where did we go wrong? Who's going to take accountability and who's going to hold us accountable? Ain't no accountability, right? Only accountability now is, unfortunately, is deletions, is disease, is accidents, you know, and maybe acts of God, calamities like rain, hail, snow, earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, stuff like that. Because we can't tell our people nothing no more. Our people is totally lawless, so it takes divine ass whoopings. So I don't threaten nobody physically. I can't do nothing physically to nobody. I can just do some verbal warnings, tell you what's gonna come behind it. If nothing happens, then I must be fake. If something do happen, then that means God was really with me and using me as a mouthpiece. Um, but back to the Candace Owens, like I would really say y'all should really subscribe to Candace Owens and check out what she's been saying for the last week or so, or even before that, but really for the last few days, and just rock. Just check out the information she putting out. And if she get on some BS, then unsubscribe. Don't listen to her no more. Or it's that simple. But right now, we need to be up to date and up to speed on what this enemy is really doing and what they really planning, and how to be able to expose them, how to be able to publicly defend certain things and publicly, scrutinize and criticize other things. That's why people don't want to debate intelligent people. They just want to get mad and say, you support such and such, or you with such and such. Like, nope, I support data. I support information. I support actual facts and provable truths. I support easily provable principles. So whoever falls on that side of the principles and the facts, then they're the lesser of the evils, according to y'all's definition. The lesser of the two evils. Boy, we don't hear that no more, do we? We don't hear that no more. That was the slogan 4 years ago. Now it's 2025 and police immunity. What happened to the lesser of the two evils? The actual lesser of the two evils. If y'all don't mind, man, hit the like, subscribe, share this live with somebody that need to hear it. Even if it's just you, save it and watch it again. Send it to somebody. It's a great conversation piece. This ain't just barbershop talk, ain't just beauty shop talk. It's real life. People that's saying stuff that either somebody else is scared to say or they don't know how to say it. So that's what I like to do. And don't worry about no trolls. Of course, that's part of COINTELPRO is troll activity, bots and trolls and the Willie Lynch tactics. Just trying to think of some kind of argument. But I always bring it right back to the Israel subject. Whatever you trolling me about, troll Israel about. Say the same thing about Israel. Say the same thing about, those people over there. Why they don't do that in their own homeland. Um, who is that? It's crazy when I had a black stepdad that was an engineer at Hughes Aircraft in El Segundo. Yeah. All these tech platforms have lawsuits they paying out daily. Weekend, man, that song still bumps every single weekend. Boys in Hood soundtrack, Black Attack. Cam, I always wonder, why don't tornadoes go through black neighborhoods? Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. If it's supposed to be a HARP, if all this stuff supposed to be controlled by the man, it seems like that's all they would be going through is ghettos and places they want to clear ninjas out from. Yeah. Cameo Woods, what that mean? Yeah, Candace Owens, man. This is all just giving y'all a heads up. Check her out. Also, y'all can definitely subscribe to my little channel. Follow my YouTube channel. Let me find out where it's at. There you go. Follow my YouTube channel if y'all don't mind. It's the campaign trail. Damn, that's supposed to be trail. Let's see, unpin the campaign trail. I just started it, so I'm gonna be putting new content up, talking about stuff I can't talk about here. So I can't talk about the political campaign with these political people. I can't talk about that until I hear my chief, hear my leader, hear from my leader Farrakhan. So it's a lot that could be said, but I even saw for myself that we couldn't bear to hear it. What I had to say, the people couldn't bear to hear it, and they wasn't trying to hear it. So that instruction was right on time for me. Just fall back. You said enough. Whatever y'all have said up until this point, that's it. That's all that's gonna be said. Similar to like Noah's Ark. At a certain point, stop hammering. Stop with the hammers and the nails, Noah. You know what I'm saying? Close the door. Close it. And lock it. And that's another season. Now it's gonna start raining. Once it start raining, then everything that you used to hearing from Noah and you used to seeing him doing this and hear him saying that, hear that, see him no more or whatever. A new thing gonna happen. That's kind of where we at. Do you still calibrate with Paris or collaborate? I haven't. I haven't recently, but I want to. Cam, did you used to listen to X Clan? Absolutely. X Clan was one of my favorite groups when they came out. Ask D Fair Common Sense 101. Cam, you can't save those who don't want to be saved. Right. Absolutely. And I'm not even trying. We are saviors, but it's just like a life raft or a boat, a lifeboat. All you can do is throw yourself in their vicinity. If they don't grab it and hold on, then they might not see you as a life raft. They might see, like on Noah's Ark. Noah's own son didn't see his father and what his father had built as salvation. He was like, "Nah, I'm gonna get on a mountain. We live right here by some hills. I see something else that's better than what you got, Dad." And he tried to warn his own son, like, "No, ain't none safe from this God's chastisement was coming." And he didn't believe him. And they going back and forth arguing. Next thing you know, a big wave intervened between them, and he was among those drowned. So everybody ain't gonna be saved. Um, Diwano, I enjoyed your campaign trail stories about game in Mossberg. Man, appreciate it. Yep. So I gotta lie. I just don't realize. I didn't realize that you know these stories or these talks is even valuable. Like the content is of any value to other people, but apparently it is, especially in this age of celebrities or entertainment. I was an entertainer. I was in the entertainment field for 33 years. So I got stories on top of stories. And even this, like I said, shouts out to my bro Big Steel and Glasses, G Malone. They the one talking like, man, you just talk. Just get on here and talk. Talk the talk that we always talk. It's valuable. Like I was like, all right, man. There's other people out here doing it. Like shouts out to Reggie Wright. Reggie Wright Jr. Like them channels and stuff. Like people that you wouldn't say that to them. Like once you establish like trolls or something wouldn't get on. I mean, they probably would, but Death Row and Suge and Tupac and all of that, that's 30 years ago. That's 30 years ago. But you don't see people getting on there like let it go or you washed up or why are you talking about something that happened 30 years ago? You don't see them doing that with them other channels or whatever. So what I'm on ain't happened 30 years ago. What I'm on happened right now, 30 years ago, all the way up to right now. So I'm always up to the current events and my stories, even though I ain't opened up yet, it's more potent and more, positive. It's drama, it's beef and drama in it, but I just don't go there with it. I'm not motivated by that. I try to just be consistent, just give a positive message. It might seem angry or it might seem, bitter or whatever. But if I really wanted to be bitter and I could air out all your favorite celebrities, I could destroy them, if God please, with some words. And that would break your heart. That would really make, not y'all, but those that stand, that be on some Eminem stand fan type stuff, celebrity worship, idol worship, it'll break your heart because it'll make you look very foolish for having the loyalty or the religious type loyalty to these celebrities that you got. That's why you don't hear them, responding to people like me. You know what I'm saying? If you got people like this, they're not gonna respond because first thing they do, they scared that I would say something, and I won't. I wouldn't. I'm not messy like that. I wouldn't. Visuals, Brother Craig 3X, salute. Oh, yep. I was Brother Craig X in Compton Mosque 54, Muhammad Mosque in Compton. Jeffrey Walker, salute me. Allah bless you and your family as well. Marvelous minds, our youth need as much wisdom as they can get, bro. Yeah, that's real, man. Eric Swan, did you ever meet Big Sight? Yeah, that was my loved one. Rest in peace, Big Sight, man. Allah be pleased. Yeah, that was my bro. Brian Looney, Never Again, top 10, Never Again album. Salute. Salute. Appreciate that. Um, man, I missed the 90s, grew up listening to Cam Paris, Public Enemy. Yep, and the enemy, the real enemy knew that. You know, the social engineers knew that. So they knew they had to change that whole climate, which you'll see on this page. Still got Lazy Bone or the Crazy Bone. Um, got a big video that's viral, got like 1 million views. When he gave his take on that secret meeting that allegedly changed hip hop with all the CEOs and record execs that was invested in private prisons and agreed to change the direction of rap, especially on the West Coast, because we was on some X-Clan, some pro-black gangster, revolutionary, but gangster type music. And, they let gang bang, gangster pimping and thotting take over and replace that. So check that out on this channel too. It's Crazy Bone. I think it's Crazy Bone. Yeah. What do you think of Rakim's new album? I haven't heard it. I just heard that one single, and I think the beat could have been way better. Um, so I don't know if y'all heard any of my new music. I just put up a post about Vlad. You know what I'm saying? When I did the Culture Vulture record, I did a song dissing Vlad, DJ Vlad, featuring Dame Dash. But more recently, I did this album with Battle Cat. I done released about 2 or 3 songs just on the internet. And I want y'all to give me y'all's opinion, because old music, like you was asking me about Rakim, IC 109. I don't want to sound like it's 1989 or it's 1990. That sound is just. So I'm into new sound of beats. I still try to hold on to certain little flavors and certain little stuff. I understand it just for nostalgia sake. But I'm more modern time. If I'm gonna do some music, I want to put a little modern twist on it. The beats got to be up to the modern times. Dewano Smith, salute. Culture Vulture video, go hard, man. Salute. Been making bands TV. You mess with Melee? Absolutely. Melee is my loved one. I ain't seen him in years, but absolutely. But yeah, even though we talk, I still got music. It's new music. So if you go to my Instagram, you'll see some new music on my page, my West Coast Camp Instagram. But I be challenging people, like anybody on anybody of my generation, especially from the West Coast. I challenge them to compare new music. I think my music at 50 years old, 54 years old, even though I'm not trying to compete with youngsters, I'm down to run some fades or do some competitions on new music with anybody my age, of my generation. So I know that sounds strange or whatever, but I think we should do that. I think we should stay in the gym. I think we should stay competing if we got a gift. If we got a gift, stay competing. We ain't got to be rapping for teenagers. We still got a whole demographic of millions of people between a certain age group, between 40 and 60 or something, 40 and 60 something, right? That don't mean you washed up. Life ain't over. Your best days ain't got to be behind you. You ain't got to be, stuck in the past and shit. Always putting up throwback pictures in what you thought was your prime. That's sad to me. Your best days ain't supposed to be behind you. I don't care, even if your body was tight back then or whatever. You can be in the gym, eat right. You know what I'm saying? Get in the gym and eat right. Let your best days be ahead of you. So I'll be challenging anybody, like, you stay in shape, you'll be able to fade youngsters. It's not that you competing against youngsters, but I'm already, I stay in shape, meaning physical, mental, verbal, not because I'm competing with youngsters, but it's just, it's a benefit. That's just an added benefit because the youngsters can't fade me, not in this. So it's a win-win situation. Stay in shape. Stop giving up on yourself. Don't let yourself go. I don't care what you're going through. Don't let yourself go. Don't quit on yourself. Don't quit on yourself. Even though we be exhausted, lack of strength, laziness, disease, affliction, distress, don't let yourself go. Use that, man. Fight back. Fight back. Fight the good fight, man. You're priceless. You are priceless. It ain't about how you used to look, how good you used to look. And I had all the girls, I had all the boys. I used to have body. I used to have this. Now I got this ailment. I got this disease. I'm on dialysis or I'm whatever. I'm out of shape. Just clean up. Go to war and clean up our weaknesses. Clean up our laziness. You know what I mean? You ain't got nothing better to do. Go to war and clean you can all as long as you got air in your lungs, man, you can start fresh. You can start new. You can start new. You can start changing it tonight. You can put the cigarette down. Tonight you can put the weed down. Yeah, you're gonna feel the pinch. But that's part of the exercise of going to war. That's the real war. Real war ain't out there with the slave master. Real war is in here with this slave master. We this slave to these little vices and slave to our weaknesses, slave to our little weak routines, slave to our addictions. Go to war, make it hurt. Starve them addictions out. Starve that junk food habit out. Starve it out. Starve them cigarettes out. Starve that weed out. Starve that drink. I need to drink. I just need something to drink. I need to just clear my mind. Nah. You need to face it. Dry out. Go through the withdrawal symptoms, all of that. Replace it with something else. A lot of times it's this, good talk. Just talk with somebody that's a sounding board that can keep you, kind of company until you fall asleep. I was gonna drink, but I was listening to Cam and shit. He was just talking, man. I needed to hear that. I fell asleep. Good, good. You know what I'm saying? I got you, help get you started or whatever. I was drinking or smoking. I just put it down, man. I started listening to, man. And so I fell asleep. Next thing you know, I was time to get up. And, good. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm here for. That's all. Just good company. Just a good brother, a good companion. Not that I'm good. I'm just saying good company. Because I'm doing this to work off my own sins. I'm doing this, to balance out my own BS. That's I need y'all. I need y'all to help me save myself, man. This one. So we need each other. It's mutual. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Let's quit. Let's quit these old habits that we know is making us sick or killing us or messing our relationships up. You know what I'm saying? And making us weak and giving us headaches every day and giving us other kind of problems. The real warfare is just getting information, getting the right information and applying it to yourself. Starting a new positive habit. Starting a new positive, healthy habit. Start a new positive, healthy habit. Just take it one day at a time. Take one day at a time, or one thing, one vice at a time. Just do something to improve yourself every day. You know what I mean? I smoke five pack. I smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. I smoke 5 cigarettes or 10 cigarettes. Okay, only smoke two. Break it down. Only smoke two, and make it hurt. Make it hurt. Make it to where you feeling the little nicotine pinch, or you feeling the cravings, and make it hurt. Yes, because that's really war. You really going to the real war. You really doing the real. I'm hungry, man. I got a headache. I'm lightheaded. You all right? Go drink some water and lay down or sit down. You're not gonna faint. You're not gonna die. You gotta break that spell. You gotta break that slave spell. You're a slave. Make it hurt. I'm not saying delete yourself. I'm not saying extremely whatever. Especially if you got a health condition, but make it hurt. If you're working out in the gym, you're gonna work out until it burns. You're gonna work out until you get fatigued, you get tight. You know what I'm saying? You start feeling sore. Okay, well, I can't go no more. Do that every day. Next thing you know, you've been went a whole day without smoking or drinking, or a whole day without cussing, a whole day without pork or without some bad junk food. Next thing you know, you'll do 2 days. Next thing you know, you're doing a whole week. You just need to surround yourself with people that's trying to get on the same page. Or if you don't have no people around yourself, get on a live with somebody like me. Find somebody of like minds that's on the same page. We keeping each other company right now to keep our mind off of that. Even though some of us might be sitting listening to me right now. Put it out. You know what I'm saying? Put it out. Put the drink down, man. Let's start right now. Don't start tomorrow. Don't ever start tomorrow, because tomorrow don't never come. Tomorrow don't ever come. Start right now. We live in the present. That's the gift. The gift of life is the present time, not yesterday, not tomorrow. The present is the gift. Whatever you're going to do it in the present. You know what I mean? San Fran, 415, Hunters Point. I think that's what HP stand for. Salute. Yeah, don't make no excuses for yourself. Don't make no excuses, man. Nobody cares about our excuses. Our excuses don't work for nobody, not even for us. We tired of lying to ourselves. We tired of hearing our own self lie to ourselves. Time to be real. Right? Brian Looney for sure. I know people that think you soft if you don't use foul language. What's your thoughts on it? Nah, I mean, I don't know. That sounds like a young, maybe an adolescent type person that might think that. But I think you tougher if you don't cuss. But sometimes cussing, is therapy. If you gotta, if it's gonna stop you from physical violence, then cuss. You know what I mean? But as you grow up, as you get more and more mature, then yeah, we should clean up our language. So this is good exercise for me because I'm on somebody else's page, and it's YouTube, and his page is monetized. So if I cuss or say, talk too wrong, then it's gonna cost him. So that's good exercise for me. I used to be like that, but I got so frustrated in this work with our people that I started turning into Popeye the Sailor mouth, cussing like a sailor every day, misrepresenting the nation. So I'm glad for channels like this. I see you I see 109. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. Much love, much respect. I see you. I see 109. Appreciate you. But yeah, that's all, man. I'm your brother. I'm here for the company, the companionship, man. You know what I mean? I know it's rough. It's rough right now. The season is getting tighter and tighter. Talking about money, inflation, relationship stress, health. It's just rough. It's rough. You know what I mean? And it's getting rougher. But I'm just letting y'all know, y'all not alone. It's rough for me. Super rough for me too. So this is how, this is how I get through and recharge my battery, knowing that I got companions in this struggle. I'm not alone and you're not alone. So the realest ones is the ones that's really going through it, that's really suffering right now. The realest ones, the most righteous ones. I'm talking about God fearing ones. God ain't abandoned you. You're probably going through more trials and tribulations and disappointments and losses and health, issues than you ever went through in your life. And that's because we closest to the delivery, labor and delivery. Once you get closer and closer to delivery, it's more and more painful. So childbirth is the closest thing, or if not equivalent to the pain of death, the natural pain of death when the body shuts down and all that. So that's what it takes, is that level of extreme pain and anguish and anxiety and stress that produces that new life, that new beautiful life. That after you push through this last little excruciating season of pain, you ain't even gonna remember it. You ain't gotta worry about it because you're gonna have a beautiful new life in your hands. You know what I'm saying? That's the memory of that pain was worth it. You ain't even gonna remember it because you're gonna be so focused on this new life and being thankful that you came through that labor and delivery and you actually survived it. You might have a hernia, you know what I'm saying? You might have some torn, ligaments or uterus or something. I'm talking about symbolically speaking, but you're gonna have a new life. Like you can heal that. You can heal up from that. So focus on that. Focus on knowing that the pain that you're going through is not in vain, even though a lot of it is self-inflicted and it's a result of what we chose or some foolishness that we did, but it's still the same value. It's still valuable. It's still labor and delivery pain. So don't think that you cursed. Don't think the pain is a curse. It's not. It's a correction. It can definitely be a correction, but it's not a curse. I don't care if you got disease or whatever. It's not a curse. In a lot of cases, these diseases is sitting you down so you won't do something worse, or you won't get something worse, or give something worse. So it's always how you look at it. It's how you understand it. Stop worrying and stop judging yourself. Stop, condemning your own self like it's hopeless. It's not. But then don't be delusional either and act like you ain't supposed to be responsible and accountable and like you don't really got, you know, this issue or that issue. Don't play that game. So you got to find that balance, that realistic balance, and walk it. Walk it. You know what I mean? So I hope I'm speaking to you. I hope the company is valuable. I hope it's some content. I hope you feel where I'm coming from. Like I said, we just keeping each other company. I love the fact that I even got somebody that can understand me. That's the beauty of social media for me. I ain't on here for Clubhouse and cussing people out and accusing them and this or that. Like, no, this is what I want to do. Is that pain a blessing? Yeah, the pain is a blessing. Absolutely. The pain in a lot of cases is like your engine light. It's like a warning light. It lets you know that you need to stop doing something or you need to look at something or whatever. Pain, because if you didn't feel pain, and you might put your hand on the stove or you might put your hand on the saw or something and you won't feel it and just saw your fingers off, saw your arm off. Pain is telling you something. Pain is a warning, and pain is, a growth necessity. You can't grow without pain. Mental pain, physical pain, emotional pain. No such thing as growth without pain. And all growth is creation. The definition of creation is to grow, growth. Evolution, creation, growth, all is the same thing. All of that's from God, from a real flesh and blood creator. We being created right now. The heavens and the earth, the universe, the planets, everything is still in the process of being created, being perfected, evolving, unlimited progress, unlimited evolution. That's the joy of existence. There's no such thing as perfect, meaning static, like it's a ceiling. Perfect is just a relative term. It just means, you're perfect enough relative to that point in time where you are trying to accomplish a specific thing in a certain amount of time. But everything is improving, everything is evolving, everything is progressing. So that's what we're here for. That's the joy of life. That's the joy of eternal life. Is always something new to do, always something new to create. So you'll never run out of, things to do or new things to create or new inspirations or whatever. Even if all the people that you live to be 1,000, all the people that you know and love probably died out, but it's going to be new. It's going to be new people. There's going to be new technology. It's going to be new things that the people that you grew up with will never get to see. And that's going to happen for us all the way until we leave here. And then our offspring or our family members or loved ones is going to go on and see and do new things that we didn't get to see and do. That's the beauty of this. So don't take your current stress or your current trials and tribulations and your current pains and judge it like it's eternal. Judge it like there's no hope. What's the point? I can't go on. That's false. That's false. You've been deceived. If you listening to me and you can hear and you can think, if your brain still works, then you can come out of everything. You can come out of any circumstance. You can master and conquer any circumstance. You just got to value yourself and go to war with bringing yourself back to health. Go to war with everything keeping you away from bringing yourself back to health, whether it's mental health, emotional health, physical health, financial health, if that's what you believe in, but that's not the solution. But, we got to have money in this little world. So what it takes to get, yourself financially out of the red or out of being underwater or upside down. That's what we here for, man. But it's 2 hours, man, and I got some beautiful little family members that I gotta go tend to. But as always, I love y'all. I love y'all company. You know what I'm saying? It's the campaign trail. Follow my little YouTube, the campaign trail, if y'all don't mind. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and Cash App also if you're also inclined. Official West Coast Cam, and as always, peace, blessings, and love. I'm out.